What is up? This is DailyXander number 7. I am coming to you from a parking garage near where I'm staying. I'm just currently taking a break from practicing my handstands with a skateboard right over there. I need to really take a break from with my shoulders because they're quite taxed and they're not. I'm not really able right now to perform as many handstand push-ups as I've used to in the past, and that's primarily just because I haven't been practicing them for a long period of time. And also I'm still trying to get over some shoulder issues I've been having for about the past year and a half or so. So to just dive in and kind of work on me practicing on explaining things that I learned while taking the course at NPTI. I'm going to talk about what I learned today, which was the 3 systems your body uses to produce energy. The first 2 are going to both be anaerobic systems, meaning they do not require oxygen to produce energy. Now, the first anaerobic system for your body is phosphagen. So, the example we use in class for when your body is using the phosphagen system to produce energy would be something along the lines of doing a high-intensity sprint for a short matter of time. This would be anywhere from like a 40-meter to 100-meter all-out sprint. The next anaerobic system is glycolysis. Glycolysis system is a little less intense, but still highly intense activities performed longer in duration than the phosphagen system. And the example we use for this in class would be or doing a 400 to 800 meter run. And the last system is an aerobic system, meaning your body needs to have oxygen in order to produce this energy system. And this system is called oxidative system. And the example we use in class is running a marathon. So much lower in intensity, but for much higher length in time. So that's just one of the many different topics that you learn while taking the NPTI Orlando personal training 4-month course. I would also like to get into talking more about my bone health specialist certification that I've taken here while in Orlando. And it's something I think I become more and more interested on a daily basis. I continually listen to podcasts, kind of just expanding more on the ideas that I've learned so far and how to promote healthy bone strength. And so far, I pretty much listen to about 1 podcast a day, and I've primarily been focusing on the benefits and use of using bone broth to strengthen your bones, along with a proper exercise program. Now I'd like to kind of talk about some of the areas that one should be aware of that are most prone to fractures and that need probably the most strengthening of all your bones. And those would be your wrists, your spine, and your hip bones. These are primarily the 3 most broken spots as we age. Now, once you do break, if you ever, a person that does break these bone spots, or the areas of these bones, you're most likely going to have a harder time recovering from it, and it could potentially affect your quality of life, and that's something nobody would want. So the area of the hip bone that's, actually let me even back up to that. So what makes a bone so strong as far as taking on applied force is the compression. So bones at its strongest when it's taking on a force that is coming from the top and the bottom. So if this is a bone, my finger, that's not gonna work. Compression force, it's force that's coming down on a bone, coming down. That's when your bone would be at its strongest. So think of a piece of paper. If it's getting compressed down, your bone's actually, the paper's actually gonna flex down. It's flexing actually. So when your bone's actually getting compression force on it, compressed down, the bone will actually slightly have a curvature to it because the bone has some elasticity to it. The other strong force application a bone can handle is tensile force, meaning you have two forces pulling apart from each other. So tensile and compressive forces are the strongest force applications a bone can handle. The least strongest would be a shear or transverse force application, meaning it's coming from the side. And those side are the most common fractures one can have. So it's something to be aware of. And the area that I found interesting as far as in the hip bone that is almost essentially devastating to a person when they break it is obviously a hip bone, hip fracture, but the specific area that usually happens is called this ward triangle. This ward triangle lays around your hip bone. It is kind of near the cross sections of where your hip bone would take on or absorb compression and tensile forces and also shear forces. And it's kind of funny, the Ward's triangle really isn't a triangle, it's more of a square on a lot of images you do look at, but some images do so as a triangle. So that's just a little me trying to recite and practice more of explaining knowledge that I've learned that I will eventually be using with osteoporosis clients. So that is my DailyXander number 7, although I didn't really talk much, I didn't really talk any of what I've done today, other than me practicing on handstands. And I easily have enough rest to get back to them, so I'm gonna end it on that note. Again, these videos I'm doing are primarily just for me to practice my communication skills and continually uploading videos that keeps me accountable as far as producing content that helps me grow as a person. So, as always, thank you for watching, and I will catch you in the next installment. Peace!